Yeah, you might think I'm a little bit confused. I have to do this because, yeah, see, yes, yes. Da, 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 da. Yes, you might think I'm a little confused. Don't know what team to root for. Actually, I do know what team to root for. I root for the Seahawks. I rooted for the Seahawks last year. I rooted for the Seahawks this year. I even rooted against the Green Bay Packers. And I've been a Packer fan my whole life, born in Green Bay. Big Packer fan. I have plenty of Packer gear. I've got the 3-time Super Bowl champion Packer jacket. It's the Letterman jacket with the leather sleeves and the wool. I love that jacket. I have hats, I have shirts, I have sweatshirts from the prior Super Bowls that the Packers won. I'm very proud of my Packer gear. But for the last while, I mean, I've been here in Seattle since I was 8 years old. And I was here before the Seahawks ever came to Seattle. And I remember when they did come, they had the older style little insignia of the hawk. It looked more like the original totem pole that inspired it. The artwork that inspired the Seahawks emblem originally came from a mask, and that's what the original insignia looked like. I remember when it was that, and I remember when Jim Zorn was, the quarterback, and I was very small, and I didn't know jack shit at the time about football. In fact, I didn't really know anything about football until I became an adult, even though my dad took me to Lambeau when I was a little kid. Or maybe it was my uncle. It's a really old memory. But anyway, yeah, and that would have been in 60, probably 67, 66, 67, right about the time the first Super Bowl was happening. So, of course, again, I was this little tiny child. I knew nothing. All I cared about was the hot dog man. Where was he? I wanted one, But yes. Anyway, so I'm kind of one of those people that I walk this thin line between two teams. Normally, I just, you know what? I like good football. And when a team is clicking and I see perfect harmony or close to it, when I see just, they always know where the football is, they always know where everybody is on the field, they're just bam, 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 bam. To me, that's like just exhilarating to watch and behold. And I've seen the Pack get to that level. In 2013, in 2014, I saw the Seahawks at that level. I don't understand the mentality that, oh, I hate the Seahawks, or I hate such and such team. I think athleticism is really awesome. I think competition is awesome. I think that every team has a screaming horde of fans that all want to see that team that represents their city, themselves win. Everybody wants their team to win. And the whole putting down other teams and other teams' fans, I don't quite get that. I never have gotten that. I just think it's a wonderful sport. I think it'd be a lot more wonderful if it wasn't so everybody's trying to tear everybody else down. I don't know why that has to exist in football and other sports too, but I don't really follow other sports very much. I do sort of follow football because I've grown up with it, with the Packers, and coming to Seattle, it's impossible to not rally behind the Seahawks because I have seen them when they were just struggling. But anyway, I wanted to make a short video concerning the upcoming Super Bowl later this week. I've heard a lot about the Patriots and their reputation for cheating. And now, and I've heard a lot of people bad talking the Seahawks, which really kind of angers me because they are a classy bunch of guys. Marshawn Lynch doesn't interview with media, and I kind of look at it like, maybe he's here to play the game. Maybe he's here to do his job. Maybe for him all it is about is playing football well and being a member of his team and doing his job. He's not a glory seeker. He's not a glory seeker. And I respect that about him. And I don't know, I'm not him. I can't say what goes on in his brain. But I think it's kind of class that he doesn't kiss up to the media. That he, whatever. You know, I have other things I should be doing right now. People put him down for that, and I don't know why this whole thing with, let's see, the Patriots deflate balls. 11 out of 12 balls are deflated. Have they been fined? Have they been penalized? Has anything been done really? But the officials are telling Marshawn Lynch, if you grab your crotch even just one time during the Super Bowl, you know, your team is going to be penalized. Really? That's a huge deal. What a player does to express himself during the game. I honestly don't see grabbing his crotch. Oh my goodness. Keep the children. Don't let the children watch. I'm sorry, but are we in the 1950s still? I think it's whatever. He's just done a touchdown, you know, whatever. If maybe that's something he does to, I don't know, I'm not him again, but I think the attention put on something that trivial is really amazing. It's like, really? You're completely ignoring what the Patriots did with deflating the balls, and the fact that they seem to have this long-standing habit of cheating. We can just ignore that. But Marshawn Lynch grabbing his crotch, that's a big deal. And now I'm looking at this article that I just found on Facebook. Brandon Browner, apparently he was part of the Legion of Boom last year, the Seahawks, but he got benched for substance abuse or something like that. So now he's got a chip on his shoulder, and he's telling his teammates, he's now on the New England, he's a Patriot. He's telling his teammates to try and hurt Sherman and Thomas. Richard Sherman, who people decided had no class because he actually acknowledges the fact that he kicks ass on the field. So Richard Sherman, who signed a young boy's prosthetic leg, this young boy who hero worships Richard Sherman and would not wear his prosthetic leg until his mom had it specially designed so it was a Richard Sherman prosthetic leg, and Richard Sherman went to see him and autographed that leg. That guy that has no class at all. The article reads, Seahawks cornerback Richard Sherman said over the weekend that he still considers Patriots cornerback Brandon Browner a member of the Legion of Boom, and that facing him in the Super Bowl will be like playing against your brother. Yeah, Richard Sherman has no class. Browner has a different take. On Monday, Browner told ESPN's Josina Anderson that while he thinks Sherman and safety Earl Thomas are tough, he hopes his team can take advantage of their injuries by making them worse. Those dudes are tough. Like watching the game, you see Sherman was holding that arm like he had a sling on it, Browner said. But at the end of the day, this is about the Super Bowl. I'm going to tell my teammates to go hit that elbow, go hit that shoulder, try to break it if you can, you know. Thomas and Sherman each suffered injuries in the NFC Championship. While he might be asking his teammates to hurt them in the Super Bowl, Browner says once the game is over, all is back to normal. You're going to be my best friend after the game, Browner said, but at the end of the day, I know you want the Super Bowl just as bad as me. So I see. To win the game, you have to hurt people, deliberately hurt them. You can't play fairly to win. You can't approach this game against the Seahawks like, you know, in a fair, with a mentality of just playing your best football, and maybe your best football will be enough to win the game. No, you have to think about what can we do because our best football apparently isn't enough. So what can we do to get this one? Oh, well, let's injure people. Yeah, let's injure people. Let's possibly, make them so they can never play again. Because honestly, you don't know, and I'm talking to Browner, who will never see this video, but my thought is, you're a piece of shit, Browner. You don't have any business being on the field with that kind of mentality. I'm sorry. It's the Super Bowl. Ooh, but it's, you know what? It's still just a game. Get your perspectives set. It's a game. You don't hurt somebody on purpose. I'm sorry. Yes, you play hard. Yes, they're going to play hard too. And yes, in the course of playing hard, you might actually cause them damage and they might actually re-injure themselves and have to leave the field. That's understandable. They're putting themselves out there, they're taking that risk because it's important to them, and playing the game and being part of it and possibly, hopefully, winning is important to them. They're taking the risk. But to deliberately target them, okay, everybody, let's gang up on these two guys and try to break them. Oh, but is that a nice way? Is that an honest approach to winning a game? Going after people who have an injury, deliberately trying to make them injured even more. Can't you just play your best game? Is that not enough for you? Going after somebody deliberately to injure them, to win a game. Again, I don't think you have any business being on the field. Who's to say your efforts to take out these two men don't cripple them for life? Make them so they can never play again. Make them so they maybe are rendered less, I'm sorry, this is coming out wrong. What if what you do to them inhibits them through the rest of their life, causes them a physical handicap for the rest of their life? What if it maims them? Nothing is worth that. A game is not worth doing that to somebody else. I read this and I was just disgusted. I'm like, this guy is basically threatening violence to other players. He's declaring his intention to do violence against other players. Oh, but the Patriots are so classy. To me, this is like not what football should be about, and not what I enjoy about football. I just wish that the word sportsmanship, good sportsmanship, why is that so lacking anymore? This isn't wrestling. This is football. And it's not about injuring other people deliberately. It's about playing good football, isn't it? Shouldn't it be? Which would require not cheating and just playing good football. And I'm sorry if I'm not speaking well on this subject. I'm not a huge expert about football. I enjoy watching it. I have the gear. I cheer my team. Most of the time I cheer at the appropriate times. But I'm not a expert by any sense of the word. I just know that I enjoy it, and I think that I will be happy if the Seahawks win, because I know how hard this team has worked and how hard this team has tried over the past season to get to this point. I also read an article. I said this was going to be a short video. I read an article yesterday about the Patriots, the Patriot fans sending their team off, off to glory, to the Super Bowl, and saw all the hope on those faces of the Patriots fans, all those fans hoping that their team will win. Ultimately, you have a whole city standing behind each team, hoping their team will win, and there will be one city that's crushed and another city that's victorious. And as much as I want the Seahawks to win, it's like, well, I want the best team to win. That's it. If the best team wins and it's not the Seahawks, then there will be a lot of happy people and, cheering the Patriots when they get home. But I hope the Seahawks win because I think the Seahawks are the best team. And I hope they play at their best. And that's all they can do. And hopefully there won't be anybody on the other team deliberately trying to hurt them. Because that is not what football should be about. Maybe that's what it is about, but I question that very much. My dad died when I was 6. If my dad were still alive, what would he say about what football has become? Where people are penalized for things like grabbing their crotch, but other teams can completely cheat and get a slap on the hand, or threaten somebody with physical violence and it's completely ignored. Meanwhile, somebody is being threatened for grabbing his crotch. Seems like there's something really wrong with this picture. So anyway, I'm looking forward to the Super Bowl. I'm kind of scared because obviously there's this huge chance that the Seahawks will lose. But there's also a really huge chance that the Seahawks will win. And so I'm looking forward because if they do win, it'll be 2 in a row and history making. They've already made history. This team, they've done 2 in a row and NFC champions. They've taken 2 playoff games after winning a Super Bowl, which apparently that is not something that's been done for a long time. So they've already made history, but I would like to see them go all the way. I would love to see them get 2 Super Bowls in a row, like the Packers did when the Super Bowl was first born, winning the first 2. So that's all, just my thoughts. Go Hawks! Thanks for watching.